Have you ever felt that the silence of Christmas Eve is too silent? Like the world is holding its breath, waiting for something or someone to arrive. Most people think Christmas Eve is a night of warmth, joy, and miracles. But for one family, it became the night they finally learned why certain whispers should never be answered, and why some doors should never be open. Tonight, you'll hear a Christmas story that was never meant to be told. It was Christmas Eve. Snowflakes drifted softly outside the Harper family home. Inside, Emily Harper was wrapping the last of her daughter Lily's gifts. Everything felt peaceful until she heard a sound, a crunch in the snow. Footsteps, slow, deliberate, too heavy for an animal, but too soft for a confident step. She peeked outside. No one, just a clean sheet of snow, except for one thing: footprints leading up to her porch. They didn't turn back. They didn't continue anywhere else. They just stopped, as if whoever made them never left, or was still standing somewhere she couldn't see. Later that night, Emily tucked Lily into bed. The little girl was restless with excitement. Emily opened an old Christmas book, one her parents had passed down. As she flipped the pages, something slipped out. A card, old and yellowed, tied with a faded red ribbon. On the front, in elegant writing, "To the Harper family. May he watch over you this Christmas Eve." Inside was a drawing of a tall figure in dark winter clothes, face hidden beneath a hood. He wasn't festive. He wasn't joyful. He looked like he was waiting. Lily looked at the card and whispered, "Mom, I've seen him before." Emily asked where. Lily pointed at her window. "Last Christmas, he was looking at me from outside." By midnight, the house had fallen quiet. Emily locked every door and checked every window. At 11:59 p.m., 1 minute before Christmas Day, came a knock. Slow, purposeful, almost gentle, as if the person behind it knew she was listening. Emily whispered through the door, "Who's there?" The voice that replied was calm, cold, and unsettlingly polite. "Emily Harper, it's time." She stepped back in fear. "How do you know my name?" There was no answer, just a soft sliding sound. Something pushed under the door, a small envelope, the same style as the old card. Inside, a single sentence: "You were supposed to keep the tradition." Panicked, Emily searched the attic for anything her parents had left behind. She found a leather journal belonging to her late father. The last entry read, "December 24th. He's coming again. We must leave the offering on the porch. If we don't, he will come inside." Her hands shook as she turned the pages. "He stands at the tree line. He only appears on Christmas Eve. He chooses a family to watch over. If you forget the offering, he enters the home." The offering was simple: a candle, a piece of bread, and a ribbon. Emily realized they hadn't placed anything this year. Downstairs, the wind slammed against the house, lights flickered, the air froze, and then she heard it, the front door unlocking. Slowly, smoothly, intentionally. The door creaked open, snow blew in, fresh footprints appeared, leading into the house. Lily screamed from upstairs, "Mom, he's in my room!" Emily ran, heart pounding. When she burst inside, she found him, the tall figure, standing beside Lily's bed, completely still, face hidden. He raised one gloved hand and pointed at the journal Emily held. He spoke in a voice both ancient and tired. "I broke the promise." Emily shielded Lily. "What do you want?" The figure lowered his hood. Emily would never describe what she saw, not because she couldn't, but because her mind refused to remember. He whispered, "I am the watcher of forgotten traditions." The candle in the room blew out. The lights died. Darkness swallowed the room. There was a sound like a long, slow exhale. When the light flickered back, he was gone. Only a red ribbon lay on the floor, fresh, untied. Emily and Lily survived that night. But every Christmas Eve since, they leave the offering on the porch. The candle always burns down, the bread always disappears, and the ribbon always returns inside the house the next morning, neatly tied. Not all traditions come from joy. Some are warnings, and some visitors never stop returning. If this story kept you looking over your shoulder, like, comment, and subscribe for more tales that keep you awake at night. And if you're brave enough, watch another story from Dark Narratives, where the darkness is always closer than you think.